Hey guys, welcome to the Skull Show. I'm your host Paxton. We're here again with Jason. Sorry for no video last week, but hopefully Jason's video is going. It will probably be I think it'll be right there for you guys, but hopefully it's going. It hasn't been here since week 1, so we got to step up our game on the production end of the Skull Show. But we're recording this earlier in the week because Jason's going out of town, so I should have more time to edit, but we'll get into our predictions after we talk about Deion Sanders falling yet again.
That was a close game, though, prime time.
It was a close game.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a big comeback. They were down by a lot for a lot of that game. But
remember, I told you they're a year away, but they got 3 wins. They'll finish with 6 or 7. Bold prediction.
That's
Can that
pretty
be a
fair.
bold prediction or no?
Oh yeah, that can. But we'll get to that later. So we'll do 2 things before we get into the predictions.
Okay.
First, we'll recap the Minnesota Vikings versus Panthers game. Anything you wanna say about that game? Do we have you?
Which game you were cutting out?
Vikings Panthers.
Oh, I was up at the cabin doing work, so I didn't watch much of it, but I listened to it.
Yeah.
I mean, they still have a ways to go. They make a lot of mistakes. Carolina's terrible. That quarterback, the number 1 pick, I don't think he's going to be good. I know it's early, but man, I don't think he's good. What do you think?
I think that was overall just a brutally ugly game. Although I have three positive takeaways from that game. Number 1, Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the NFL. It's not even really that close anymore.
He didn't do anything, did he?
He had 2 touchdowns and like 85 yards.
Well, one of them I could have caught. I saw that one.
And then he mossed a guy. Did you see that?
In the end zone?
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was kind of a moss.
Yeah, it was kind of a moss.
What did you think about the Carolina quarterback?
Yeah, I don't think he's very good, but yeah,
he did not look very good.
He's a rookie, so you got to give him time. Think about Trevor Lawrence, but not off to a good start. So that's my take on it. But we'll get into our second positive. Harrison Smith had a great day for his age and just everything involved. Away game, he had an amazing game. 3 sacks and a forced fumble.
I got a stat for you.
Yeah.
He was the first player in a loss and 3 sacks in the game and a forced fumble.
What was the first part of it?
In 1 game.
We missed the first part, but by lagging.
14 tackles. 14 tackles.
Okay, yep, that's all.
2 tackles for a loss. 3 sacks and 1 forced fumble.
Yeah, that's pretty good stats. That's
not bad, is it?
No, but my third positive was resulting in that forced fumble. DJ Wanham's 50-yard or something, 50-yard-ish touchdown to pretty much, I would say that just changed the entire game, the way it played out, because that was a huge momentum shifter. And after Kirk Cousins threw that pick on the 5 that ended up being pick 6, that was brutal. And he got crushed in the play, so just a double whammy. But, yeah.
Did you see him running?
Yeah, he was actually going really fast, but he wasn't going so fast after he ran into number 29 for Carolina.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was a win. Needed to win, otherwise the season would be over. So that's but they won't. But,
yeah, that's
Carolina's good at football.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. So we have a lot of bold predictions to take off the board because of we didn't record last week, and I'll just get a scoreboard update. So, Jason, we have some interesting things going on. You ready?
Yep.
For game predictions, so that's the predictions that we do every video, like just saying Vikings will win or lose. And you are 34 for 53, and I am 33 for 53. But we both have picked opposite teams in the Monday Night Football game that's happening right now. So I could tie up, or you could extend your league.
Who did I pick?
You picked New York.
Yuck.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for you, but that's all right. I'll check in on it's 7 to
So I'm
3.
ahead though.
Yep, by 1 right now. It's 7 to 3 Seattle right now. So we both stepped up our game big time though. This is like I update the I do okay, so I'll explain it kind of. I have a slideshow that I use for odd weeks in the schedule, like it's week 5 and that's an odd week. So I have 2 slideshows, one for odd weeks, one for even weeks. In the odd week, I hadn't used since week 3, and the scores were not looking good at all. So we both stepped our game. We got both above 500 pretty soundly, I believe. And yeah, let's see, 34 for
I had
54.
a good week last.
Yeah, we're both 62%, and Maddox is 50%. So Maddox looks like he needs to get back on the show to get back in the league. But we also have bold predictions that are coming off the board. So starting off, for you, I'll start off with your negatives. So we have to go to the Chargers game, right? Because that's when we didn't record last week, so we weren't able to take them off the board. So we'll go back to the Chargers game. And we have one that was just a date, like a calendar date. So one of them that came off was Vikings will sign JJ to an extension in September. That was a touchdown, and it was incomplete. We did not sign him, and it doesn't look like we will until next offseason. Next one, the Vikings will get ahead of versus the Chargers. Kirk Cousins will leave with an injury, and then the Vikings will lose. So all of that happened other than Kirk Cousins leaving with an injury. So,
Yeah.
and then the next one that came off the board as incorrect was Jordan Addison will get his first career start against the Chargers. I believe I called you right as we got to the stadium because we were sitting in different spots where we were both there. I called him and reported that one came off the board. But it's not all bad news. You have one that was correct, as Cam Akers will be inactive versus the Chargers, which did happen.
So I got that one. That's good.
Yep.
The Sea Chickens just scored a touchdown.
Was it offensive touchdown? I care for fantasy football.
Yep. Number 87, Noah Fant.
Ooh, I remember him.
Upstairs.
So, yeah, former Iowa Titans.
Noah Fant from Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa Titans are pretty good.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
Did you know they got him in the Russell Wilson trade?
I did also know that, yeah. So, we'll get
They kind
into...
of ripped the Broncos off in the trade.
Yeah, that's what it seemed to look like. The Broncos, they're not... They had a good game against the Bears, but then again, they're also the Bears, so... Oh, it looks like he was down, actually.
Yeah, they're reviewing it.
He was down at the
All
1.
right, what else we got going?
Oh, yeah, so my bold predictions that came off the board, I had the Vikings will win by 10 plus. I think that's versus Tampa. But, so, that wasn't one that came off the board. But I'm 2 for 9 so far, so... Okay, I took off a few. So, I took off that we will trade for Jonathan Taylor this season. I took that off because of the Cam Akers trade. Is that fair? Yep, and then... Okay... Kirk Cousins will have a higher passer rating than Justin Herbert in Week 3. He did not. Because of that. He was ahead up until T.J. Hawkinson's dropped touchdown.
T.J. Hawkinson has been good since they re-signed him.
Yeah, I would have to agree, unfortunately. But the next one that came off the board is incorrect is both Dalton Reisner and Cam Akers will not start but will play. And Dalton Reisner did not start, but he did play. And Cam Akers was inactive. So that was half right. But it's incorrect because it was a parlay. Next one I had last week. Vikings will beat the Panthers by 10 plus. That did not happen. We won by 8, I believe. Another one that came off as incorrect. The Vikings will win or tie the turnover battle versus the Panthers. I didn't actually fact check that, but I'm 99% sure that we lost it. And then the last one that I had correct this week is that Adam Thielen will score 15 plus fantasy points full PPR this week. And that did happen. He had, I think, 15.3, so just squeezed by there. But a win is a win, and that's what we say for both my fantasy team with my friends the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Vikings this week. So not really a phrase you want to say, but it's all right. Should we get into our games?
Yep.
All right. Thursday Night Football. I don't think that there'll be more than like 7 people watching this game, but it's Bears versus Commanders. You have the Bears winning 24-21. Anything you want to say?
Terrible game. That's my only comment.
Yeah, that is not going to have too many viewers. I have the Commanders winning 27-20. And yeah, I pretty much agree with what you said. But next game, Chiefs at Vikings. I have the Chiefs winning 34-31. You have the Chiefs winning 31-30. So both pretty similar predictions there. I think that the Chiefs are a better team than the Vikings. I don't think that really is debatable. But I also think that we're at US Bank Stadium, so that should keep it at least a pretty dang close game. And it looks like you agree with that.
Quinn said that you bought a Swiftie jersey for the game.
Speaking of which,
is that true?
That was a sneak peek for one of my bold predictions that Taylor Swift will be at the Vikings game. Is that a layup?
I think so, unless she decides to take the game off.
Yeah, I think I have. It's cutting out a little bit right now.
Quinn doesn't know Taylor Swift.
She doesn't know who that is?
Oh, her friend. She doesn't follow the social media.
Oh. Well, that makes sense.
We don't let her in her room. She's locked up all day during the day. She gets no TV, no radio. We feed her once a day.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know who Taylor Swift is.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fair.
She has a bell that she rings when she's hungry or to go to the bathroom, then we let her in her room. Otherwise, she's trapped in it.
So we're learning from some interesting things here.
What?
We're learning some interesting things here on the Skull Show. But we'll get back into football-related stuff. You have the Bills beating the Jaguars 22-13. I have the Bills winning 28-21. The Jaguars looked fine against the Falcons, and the Bills looked really good against Miami, I guess, is my only takeaway. Although it sucks for the Bills that Tre'Davious White is actually out for the season, as was reported today, with the torn Achilles. So that's not going to help. But
what's he do?
Corner. He's pretty good. One of the better corners in the league, I'd say.
Remember my lock of the week last week was Bills over the Dolphins? Remember? Oh, we didn't talk last week, did we?
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Bills over Dolphins was my lock of the week.
Thought the Dolphins would come into that game a little bit too high after scoring 70 points on the Broncos.
Yep.
That game was ridiculous, and it helped me in fantasy, so that's great. But next game, this game is not great. Actually, though, both of these teams have looked really good to start. Maybe really good to stretch, but they've both looked good to start. And it's Titans at Colts. You have the Titans, yeah, okay, I misread it as Texans. So the Titans have been fine. The Bengals have been horrible, and that's who the Titans killed. But you have the Titans winning 20-16 over the Colts. Colts have looked pretty good so far, I'd say. And I have the Colts winning 28.
Who did you pick?
I picked the Colts 28-17. I mean, looking at it now, I don't necessarily agree with that prediction, but I guess it's too late now. And next game is Saints at Patriots. You have the Patriots winning 21-20. I have the Patriots winning 24-21. Anything you want to say about that game?
Bill Belichick is going to be in rough shape if they go to 1-4. I'm wondering when they're going to start trying to call for his head.
Yeah. It's starting to look an awful lot like Tom Brady was kind of the guy for those championship runs. Would you agree with that?
A good team. They worked well together. But yeah, Brady was huge. Brady could just do the offense, and then Belichick would run the defense.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
But
that's pretty fair.
Look at the sea chicken. The Sea Chicken is the option.
You're cutting out pretty heavily. So, yeah, we lost Jason.
Oh, can you hear me?
You cut out for a lot of that. You're back now.
I said the Sea Chickens are the opposite, where Pete Carroll's winning without Russell Wilson, and he resurrected Geno Smith's career. So I think Pete Carroll's the one there that's running the show.
Yeah, I would also agree with that. So
I've been sneezing all day. I think I have China virus. Look at my face.
That would not be good, especially for your Atlanta trip. But next game is Ravens at Steelers. You have the Steelers winning 20-17. The Steelers have looked awful this year, so that's interesting to me. I have the Ravens winning 31-17.
I think Steelers, right?
Yeah.
I just think that division's going to be back and forth all the way to the end. So I had to go with the home team after they played a terrible game.
That's fair. Although last time you made a prediction about the home team being the Steelers, not getting beaten by that much, the Niners killed them in week 1. So, I mean,
that was week 1, right?
Yeah, I agree with you, but at the same time, I don't think it's like a set in stone. Whereas if you're home, it can't be a blowout. Although, to be fair, that was kind of my logic for the Vikings of why it would be a close game. So, I mean, I kind of went against myself with that statement, but it's all right. And then next game is Texans at Falcons. You have the Falcons winning 23-20. I have the Texans winning 34-21. Desmond Ridder is just horrible. Do you know who that is?
I told you that.
I don't recall, but I believe you. He is.
You said, but he can run.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now I remember that. He can run, but he's gonna have to be running for his job pretty soon.
Who's the
Texans quarterback?
Yeah, who?
C.J. Stroud.
He's a rookie from Ohio State?
Yeah.
Has he been doing good?
He's been doing really good actually. So
better than the other two rookie quarterbacks.
I'd say him and Richardson have both been doing really good. Probably pretty similar, I would say. It's cutting out again. Our Wi-Fi, somebody's end is not doing too well during this, but that's all right. I think it's probably my end, but we'll find out.
Your video keeps going up. Probably a combo.
Yeah, that's probably right. Although we have your audio for the most part, so that's what matters mostly. Next game is.
People want to keep passing.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Prime time. I said all the viewers want to see me. They don't want to hear me.
Yeah, I'll have your video on the screen. It will just kind of be very choppy.
All right.
Next game, Panthers at Lions. I have the Lions winning 31-13. The Panthers are not a very good football team. You have the Lions winning 38-13. So we both have that being a blowout. I thought mine was pretty bold, and you one up me by a touchdown.
Panthers are terrible.
Yeah, they're not good. But next game, Giants at Dolphins. I have the Dolphins winning 31-14. I think the Dolphins rebound after a really bad week against Buffalo. And you have the Dolphins winning 30-24. So you don't have it being as much of a blowout, but clearly you have the Dolphins still putting points on the board. So
That'd be close.
yeah. I do agree with that. To an extent, actually. I don't think it's a guarantee, but it's definitely possible. Kenneth Walker, by the way, scored a touchdown for the Seahawks a little while ago.
14-3.
Yep, and it's about to be halftime. So, we'll go back to our predictions. I think that it's safe to say that the Seahawks are going to win, so it'll be subject to change, but I think we're kind of call it a tie for us so far as of right now.
That's pretty good. tie after 4 weeks.
Yeah, I think we're both pretty consistently above average in predicting. So it sounds like we're kind of casuals when it comes to football, but we know a little bit more than the average person. So we'll take that.
Well, we started off bad.
Yeah, we started off really bad, but I think that the first weeks of the season are really hard because you can't really tell who the best teams are going to be because it's based like teams like the Rams who went from a Super Bowl to being horrible last year, stuff like that. You can't predict in week 1. So it's kind of just getting a trend for the season. So I think we'll trend upwards. I think we'll both finish around 70% for our predictions.
Did you see my pick this week?
The Rams pick? Yeah, I did. I'm looking at it right now. It's the next game. But before we get to that, Bengals 23, Cardinals 17 is your prediction. I have the Bengals winning 27-17. Bengals have looked horrible so far.
Did you see my Rams pick this week?
Yeah, I did. Well, that's the next game.
Wi-Fi is terrible.
Yeah, I know. That's the very next game.
Are you back?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Jason?
I'm here.
Alright, yeah, that's the next game. So, Bengals have been horrible so far. I don't even know what's going on. They are not looking too good. But the Cardinals also aren't very good, so I think the Bengals get this job done. Next game, Eagles-Rams. I have the Eagles win 28-21. You have the Rams winning 26-23. And this is a pretty bold prediction, although the Rams have been pretty good so far, and the Eagles have also looked pretty beatable.
Do you see my pick on that one?
Yeah, you have the Rams winning.
Who do you have winning?
I have the Eagles winning, although I don't hate your Rams prediction.
That can be one of my bold predictions.
Do you want to say that the Rams cover? Because that'd probably be... Or do you want to say Rams?
No, they're going to win. Okay.
All right. We'll get that put down once we get to that, so keep it in mind. But next game, Jets at Broncos. You have the Jets losing 14-17. I have the Jets winning 24-21. Again, Jets, I mean, I think they're a pretty good team, but they are... I mean, Zach Wilson looked pretty good against the Chiefs last night, I'd say. But they're just... I think Zach Wilson can't really win you too many games. So that's why I have it being close. And you even have the Broncos winning. I think the Jets win just because how bad the Broncos
It'll be close.
Yeah, I have it a close game also. But the Broncos are just not very good. So I think the Jets aren't amazing, but the Broncos are just horrible. So we get into Sunday Night Football. This is an amazing game. I will be willing to bet you anything that I am going to be watching this game. It is Cowboys at Niners. You have the Cowboys winning 28-27. I have the Niners winning 24-21.
We have a lot of games that are opposite that we picked this week. So if we're tied, it won't be tied after next week.
No, it definitely won't. So let's just go quick here. I'll try to go as fast as I can while you talk about that game if you want to.
It'll be a good game, and who knows how it's going to end up.
Yeah. So it looks like we have 1 game different, 2 games different, 3 games different, 4 games different, 5 games different, 6 games different, 7 games different, 8 games
6?
different.
Wow.
8.
8?
Yeah. So definitely won't be tied after this week.
That's a lot.
I know. There's a lot of pretty
Did we
even.
go through all picks?
What?
Is that all of them?
We have one more game. It's Packers at Raiders. You have the Packers winning 24-16. I have the Packers winning 34-21. The Packers, I don't really know what to think about them. But some weeks they look good. Some weeks they look like Jordan Love is not ready. So, what do you think about that?
I bet on them to win more than 7.5 games this year, and I think that will cover easily.
Yeah. What are they? 2-2 right now?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be like 9-8. So that was a good bet.
Yeah, I agree. So, we'll get into our bold predictions now. You want to start off with your Rams prediction?
Yep, the Rams Rams beat the Eagles outright.
Whoops, I just deleted everything, but luckily there's
That's
undo
3.5
button.
underdogs. They're 3.5-point underdogs.
Yeah, that. I mean, I could definitely see that being a closer game than most people expect. I think 3 is probably pretty fair. In fact, I think I predicted.
It's a good bowl.
Yeah, I have the Eagles winning by. Where's that game? Eagles. Yeah, I have the Eagles winning by 7, so I'm pretty close to the spread. 7-3. So, yeah.
It's 3.5.
Yeah, so I'm pretty close to that, I would say. But next game.
You know what it is?
What'd you say?
Do you know what the Vikings spread is?
I don't, but let me guess first. I think it'll be 6.5.
It started at 6, and now it's down to 5. That
So,
means that the Vegas big money guys are betting on the Vikings to cover.
so that was a pretty good prediction by me then.
What was that?
So I was pretty close there, within a point.
Yep.
All right. My bold prediction is going to be that Taylor Swift will attend the Vikings game. We need to get our shooting percentage up just as a collective group. I'll help us out with that. And you want to get into your second one?
Yep. For the second week, Carolina will not score an offensive touchdown.
Carolina will not score offensive touchdown in week 5.
Nope, so that's 2 weeks in a row without an offensive touchdown.
Yeah, that would not be good. Would we say that that's a touchdown?
It's up to you.
I'd say that probably is. So,
Okay.
next.
Or not to score a touchdown 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying like it's a touchdown prediction. Oh, wait. Yeah. I see what you mean now.
Even if they're getting crushed, they should.
Yeah. I think that, especially if they're getting crushed, they should score one because the Lions will probably end up letting up a little bit. So, yeah, this Wi-Fi is not good, so I'll just go into my second one right now. I think that Patrick Mahomes will have... Actually, I'll say the Chiefs will have 2 or more turnovers against the Vikings.
Oh, wow.
Is that a touchdown?
Yeah.
All right. 2+ turnovers. All right, you want to get into your third one?
Yup, the over-under in the Vikings-Chiefs game is 52 points. And then they're going to cover the over by more than 10. That means there'll be more than 62 points combined in that game.
Wow. Will be more than 62 points total.
Yup, and right now the over-under is 52.
Yeah.
And then they're going to crush the over. Good night, Clint. Love you.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I'll go into my third one, which is, I think that Justin Jefferson will have over 100 receiving yards and at least over 100. Over 100 receiving yards and at least 1 touchdown against the
Okay,
Chiefs.
who was that?
Jets. Is that fair?
What'd you say? It cut out.
At least 100 receiving yards and 1 touchdown.
For who?
JJ.
For who?
Justin Jefferson. Is it cutting out still?
For who?
Is it still cutting out? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Now you're back. What was your bold prediction?
JJ will have at least 100 receiving yards
Oh.
and 1 touchdown. Is that fair? I would say that I've done all of the I've done one for
There?
yeah. I've done one for JJ, one for Addison, and I threw in receptions, and I was pretty close for everything.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Here, we're
having bad.
Yeah. Ironically, he started to say it, and then it cut out. We're having bad connections, very bad, so I apologize for that. We need to get better Wi-Fi. Maybe I'll move spots next time for the recording.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's you or me, but we'll figure it out.
I'll try moving spots next time.
So before we jump off, you have to talk about the Twins Blue Jays, right?
Did they play today?
No, it starts tomorrow, the playoffs.
Oh, really? Yeah, I knew they were in the playoffs for sure.
3 games back. So who's going to win the series?
Who are you thinking?
It's 3 games. They're all at Target Field if there is a third game.
I think the Twins get it done.
They've lost 18 playoff games in a row.
I think we get it done against the Blue Jays.
Win tomorrow?
I think we do get it done. What about you? It's cutting out again pretty badly.
Win a game or win the series?
Both.
It's bad.
What?
Cutting out again?
Yeah.
They need to win a game before they can even win a series.
I
don't know if they'll win a game, so I don't know. I don't have a.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Just going through right now through the Twins' entire season schedule. It looks like we're pretty even against the Blue Jays, so hopefully.
3-3.
Yeah. So hopefully that trend.
3-3.
I think we can take that. I think we get that. I think we get a game. I think we'll for sure get at least one game. Is that fair?
Yep, that'd be good.
Yeah. So the Twins need to get it done. We are out of our football stuff to talk about, so does that end the episode?
Yep, we'll talk later next week. We hopefully have better connection.
Yeah, we'll get the Wi-Fi better. Hopefully, at the bare minimum, Jason's picture is on the screen this week. That will be very nice. You can see him flexing right now if he's on there. And if he's on there, I'll be very happy about that. So, thank you guys for watching this video. See you guys next week. Skol.